Hello! And before I begin the title of this video, which is why I clicked on here, more BlazBlue news, let me just say I will review Fate Extra Last Encore. But before I review Fate Extra Last Encore, I'm gonna finish the second part of it because I heard that's been released. Give it a second. I'm fighting a cold. I've heard that's been released on Netflix, or it will be released on Netflix soon. So Fate Encore review coming soon. Just wait until it's done on Netflix. Now, just before we begin, you should know I'm fighting a cold and also I had a full pizza, so that's about to happen. Let's talk about more BlazBlue rumours. Now there's a rumour that Hyperdimension Neptunia characters, aka a fan service RPG, which was based on the console wars, and if you're wondering what I mean by fan service, I mean boobs. Ah yes, there's a rumour that Hyperdimension Neptunia characters could be in BlazBlue Tag Battle. Now this isn't one of those, well there's no evidence to support this thing this time. There's actually a lot of evidence and it's really weird. Right, now, I'm going to start off with the small evidence that could be really coincidental, but then I'll get into where it gets, like, really awkward. So this is like a timeline of the BlazBlue Centering Horror connection, the BlazBlue Hyperdimension Neptunia connection, and how Hyperdimension Neptunia characters could end up in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Now, I believe BlazBlue is referenced back in Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II. Now keep in mind, there are many different Hyperdimension Neptunia games, so if I got that wrong, that's a mistake, but it's really hard to find the point of reference. But I know that both Guilty Gear, which is an Arc System Works series, and BlazBlue were referenced in a Hyperdimension Neptunia game. Now, the other thing, this is where things get a little bit more less than a coincidence and a bit more evidence that Hyperdimension Neptunia characters will be in BlazBlue Tag Battle, is in BlazBlue Central Fiction. Now, in BlazBlue Central Fiction, again, fighting cold and just ate a pizza. Excuse me. In BlazBlue Central Fiction, every character could have a Plutia colour. You could make every character in BlazBlue Central Fiction look like Plutia. Now, Plutia is a character from Hyperdimension Neptunia, and I find it very odd that in Central Fiction you could make every character look like her. Not much to say about her except she's a little girl that plays with a demonic doll and can transform into a sadistic dominatrix. Ah, yes, fun times. So, you're probably thinking, well, that's just, well, okay, so one of the games made reference to BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, and in return, BlazBlue Central Fiction has a colour that makes everyone look like a certain character from Hyperdimension Neptunia. Now, you probably think, well, that's all just coincidence, but here's the nail in the coffin. When asked about Hyperdimension Neptunia, Maury, one of the directors working on BlazBlue Tag Battle, suddenly went completely silent. He had to skip the question, which is very suspicious to me. So, you know what I mean? It just seems a bit off. Why would he skip a question? And also the colour's pink, and it's in a cross shape, because like we've seen like the trailers with the square and that. And the cross shape looks like something Neptune would wear. And the pink colour is associated with both Plutia, who's the main character, and Neptune, who are both main characters. So, I mean, this could all just be the biggest conspiracy coincidence theory ever. But signs point to yes, there will be Hyperdimension Neptunia characters in BlazBlue. Now, who do I think they'll add? Well, we're getting Plutia, that's for definite. If we're not getting Plutia or Iris Heart, should I say, a more sadistic dominatrix form that uses a whip, because the little girl form just uses a doll to kill people. I think Iris Heart, Neptune, obviously, and then just the rest of the main cast, which would be Vert, Blonde. I mean, knowledge on Hyperdimension Neptunia isn't that great, but I think that's about 4 of them. I'm not a big Hyperdimension Neptunia fan. I played one of the games and honestly, it got boring after several hours. But I can see the appeal of it. I can see some people like the characters. I personally like IF. I think she's cool with her swords and her flame swords. I think she'd be interesting in Tag Battle. But if you ask me, we're just getting the original cast. Pardon me. Of course, the pink might mean JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, since I think that was like a poll and that asked was that one of the franchises people wanted to see in BlazBlue Tag Battle. However, for me, signs point to Hyperdimension Neptunia characters being in BlazBlue Tag. Now I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to predict that at least Neptune and Plutia will enter in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battles. And I believe that if Plutia / Iris Heart gets in there, she's going to have a special interaction with Hozama. Now I could be wrong and I could be right. But if you want my overall opinion on Hyperdimension Neptunia, it's a series that shows promise, but it never capitalizes on the promise. Not much to say except I played one of the games once, got towards the end and then got bored. But still, it would be fun to see that cast of characters fight alongside Ragnar the Blood Edge. Although, here's the thing I want to bring up though, is that Senra and Kogura in Hyperdimension Neptunia, yeah, they're both fan service about the boobs, but that franchise is all about women. Now, personally, I don't mind this, because I'm like very diverse, but some people have issue with these franchises just being about women. You can have your issues about fan service as well, I don't mind that either. But I just don't understand why some people are just irked that both of these franchises are franchises with women. I mean, when did a fighting game roster have to be so important that every character had to be a male? Not that I'm saying there aren't males in Hyperdimension Neptunia. A couple of the 2 DLC characters from Mega Dimensions. Try saying that. Mega Dimensions Neptunia. Whatever the hell the Roman numeral is that I'm looking at right now. Victory 2. That's it. Yeah, Victory 2 had at least 2 male characters for Hyperdimension Neptunia. So, you know what I mean? As for, like, Senra and Kogura, if that gets in, there won't be any men in Senra and Kogura. I think there's about 2 of them, but I don't think either of them are playable characters. So, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that crossover should have, like, equal men and women in fighting games? Do you think that we're getting Hyperdimension Neptunia or Senra and Kogura? Do you think that I've just created a conspiracy that will be wrong in about, like, 2 months? What's your views on men and women in fighting games? Oh, and also fan service if you want. Leave something down in the comments and I'll listen to what you have to say. For now, I'm going to end this video. Bye.